welcome to the Cards and Cartridges podcast. I'm your host, Ryan, aka OG Retro. I'm here with my man, Chris, aka Koozie Retro Games. How you doing today, Chris?
My dogs are currently going ballistic downstairs, so my mom just got home from work. So I apologize if you guys can hear that.
Hey,
but
shout out.
Doing good. Having a good day. It's nice here in Michigan. Just finally got all the reservations booked for my road trip. Leave on Friday. It's going to be a fun time.
Life searching. And actually, by the time you hear this, you'll probably be like halfway through.
Oh, yeah.
Halfway
By
through
the time
your
you're
journey.
hearing this, I'll probably be in Roswell, New Mexico, looking at UFO shit.
Koozie's gonna be abducted by aliens, bro. Or he's gonna you should go look for like some copies of ET. Aren't they buried? They're buried out there, right?
Oh yeah.
Go bring a shovel, dude.
There are games called Area 51.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But anyways,
totally random thing. Totally random thing.
Shoot.
So remember when the whole meme was going around when people were trying to storm Area 51?
Yeah, that was fun.
Bud Light released a like green alien beer can, and people were reselling these alien beer cans for so much money, like per can, like $12 a can.
Sounds like something you'd be into.
Insane. They were only like selling them like in New Mexico or wherever the Area 51's actually at in the desert.
I bet you can find one in the thrift store or something. You can probably find some. Go look, dude.
And it's Bud Light, so it's delicious.
There you go. Anyways, today we're talking about the quote-unquote Pokemon bubble. Does it exist? Are certain cards immune to it? I think so. We'll talk about it soon. We're going to be talking about things our friends had as kids, but we were jealous of. You know, your friend had that Charizard. He had that Game Boy, that Nintendo 64, that game you always wanted. What were those? We're going to be talking about PS5 outpacing the PS4 and beating it for consoles sold in the first quarter of its life by 200,000 at 7.8 million units sold. Insane. And we're going to be looking at if it matters if most of those units ended up on eBay. And lastly, we're going to talk about games that need some remakes. I think both Chris and I have a couple ideas. And again, Pokemon Snap just got a remake, very highly reviewed. So let us know what you're thinking about that. It's been a week since it's been out. Have you beat it yet? Anyways, Chris, what do you think about the Pokemon bubble, dude?
It definitely came down. I know you've posted about this a lot on your Instagram.
I'm very recently. Vocal. I love to talk about this.
Yeah, so you posted a lot on your Instagram recently. And I haven't done as much in-depth research as you, but the bubble has, I guess, quote unquote, popped for most cards. And I guess what I mean by that is the market has just came drastically down.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so, but I think you got to be careful with that word most cards, because I think there are still many cards that we're seeing insane increases in value. I mean, modern cards still that are appreciating in value like crazy. You have all those full art trainers. This is just a quick, like, for instance, all those full art trainers from like Cosmic, like every set of those going for like $1,000 PSA 10s. But I think we've seen, I'm going to use the word like Charizard and Pikachu bubble pop.
Yeah.
We've seen, and I've been saying this from the beginning. Like anytime people ask me about like grading rare cards or just rare cards, like people don't understand like what really is a rare card. Like a base set unlimited Charizard isn't really rare, and even a first edition Shadowless base set Charizard isn't really that rare when put in comparison to some of the other quote unquote chase cards from newer sets. Like,
yeah,
we just had
what
Star
would
Rayquaza.
You use for those? Would you use like sought after or more collectible as a word opposed to rare?
Yeah, like the Charizards and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so I think they're very sought after cards. I mean, there's of course there's a huge difference even between the first edition Charizard and the unlimited Charizard. Okay, so to compare them is kind of not even fair. But Um, but I think those cards, a lot of it was driven by like nostalgia and the boom in the
Yes.
market, the Gary V, the Logan Pauls, the Me's, the everyone that's doing the box breaks, all that shit. I think those prices were driven due to just the mass influx in demand.
Oh,
And that
100%.
pop, dude, that pop.
Every single first edition Charizard that sold like one after the other was going for like 100 grand more than the last.
Right. And that's
Like it was
in any market that's unsustainable.
yes.
So I think it was reasonable that we saw those those prices, fall down. And to be fair,
Do
the
you know how much they've
last
fallen down by?
the Charizard, I think the last recorded sale was like 255,000. I think the highest recorded sale at like the peak it was 365 or something like that,
I
or
thought it
maybe
was
even
more. I thought
over
it was like
4.
four. I thought it was like 460,
It could, yeah, it could have
465.
hit over 4. Um, but what I'm saying about that you have to pay attention. Some of these cards, the most recent Charizard sale was like kind of whack. Like that card looked like if I was grading that, I'd give it an 8.
Really?
Yeah. Like if I was grading that, and I'm very like said in the last podcast, like I'm harsh on my shit. If I was grading that shit, I'd give it an 8. It was there was so much whitening on the back. Like it
Wow.
looked real bad. And it
So
was
is PSA getting some backlash for that?
I don't
Like
know. Well,
grading it a 10?
it was a really old cert. Excuse me. So really old cert. Like so, this is when PSA is very fresh in the game. There's
Yeah.
50 million cards, 60 million cards graded after this one. So it's just, I think people have to pay attention to that too when discussing. That's not saying the bubble has not really burst. I think it has a little bit,
Mhm.
but you got to pay attention to some of these sales on the higher end stuff. Now, unlimited, that's a whole different thing. That bubble's burst, all that shit's coming down, and it's going to continue to come down.
Yep.
The bubble's going to burst one more time.
I was
Like,
gonna say it's gonna continue to come down. Give it to like
yeah,
midsummer, July, when PSA starts opening up their tiers. I think they're planning on opening up their tiers once they're pretty much caught up on this backlog. I don't know if that's kind
we're
of how they're.
still in July 2020
Oh, that's when Pokemon
for
was
bulk
start.
subs.
That
So
was before Pokemon
they're
started to
like
take off.
they're almost still a year behind. So there are think about how many days that so just think about how many days that is. How many of those days do you think they received just one base set Charizard?
Yeah,
Like even like there are so many there, my friends.
it's
There
insane
are
how many. It would be
so many there.
at like the where sorry the example I always bring up is kind of the Rainbow Charizard from Champions Path. How there's already 5,000 PSA 10s.
Yeah.
Give it till after this backlog is caught up. Is there going to be 10,000 PSA 10s? It'll
Yeah.
be interesting to come back to that after this and kind of update you guys on how many It's the 10,000
So
PSA 10
crazy.
Charizards is insane.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. So some of these prices are going to continue to come down, but you're going to see others are going to go up, dude. And that's not to say that once these cards hit that new low, because I put low in quotes too, because I still think most of these prices are going to be higher than what we saw pre-pandemic. Like we're
Yes.
still going to be seeing it's the game has changed. Like the game's changed. So I think we're gonna see a new low for like a new low that we've seen in a while once all those PSA
So
comes. And new
how,
lows for modern cards. Modern cards are gonna be worthless.
so what's your strategy during this? So you're gonna be buying like a snake in the weeds, just kind of laying low and buying, or are you gonna kind of just chill and watch what happens? Are you gonna start selling stuff now?
Yeah, well, a little bit of mix of all of that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, and again, this is not financial Pokemon advice, but me personally, I've already started I've moved a couple of cards I wasn't too keen on keeping, and I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say what those were because the deals are kind of still going through, so I don't want to say it yet. But there are some cards that I've begun to move because and graded cards. I'm talking specifically
Mm-hmm.
because I think the prices are gonna continue to go down.
Now, is this something you want to sell now and then buy back later when it's lower? You're just gonna sell now and just not see that card
Yeah,
again?
no, I think that's what I'll probably do because these cards are some that I really like, but I know for a fact that it's just doesn't
Yep.
make sense. Doesn't
Yep.
make sense. But I've also acquired some new cards now, and I'm totally stoked about that because I think a lot of people think that collecting's kind of like it's unattainable, or like collecting PSA card, like graded cards, BJs, whatever you want to collect, or even just singles is like not possible right now. But like it's so possible. Like
Yeah.
vintage collecting is still so possible. Like it's just possible, and you can get it. You could probably get like a nice, if you wanted to just collect like sevens, you could probably get a complete base set of sevens for like under. I would probably say under 1,000. Besides the Charizard, maybe.
For a complete base set of sevens
Yeah,
for unlimited.
yeah. For no,
Wow.
for hollows.
Oh, okay.
But that would be so cool, you know? Like as a,
So badass.
if you're like if you are a true collector and aren't just like kind of in it for like the flip or the quick cash, and you want to appreciate this stuff, I think there's so much opportunity to add like really dope pieces to your collection right now.
Yeah.
Um
Now we've talked
and
about kind of prices going down. Have you seen any on the flip prices are going up?
yeah, so I mean just recently that sale for the Gold Star Rayquaza Rayquaza, I just said Rayquaza like a moron. But let me see. I posted on my story. Let me see what it went for. One
It was
second.
up like what, like 14% or something
No,
like
no,
that?
way more than that, I think. Like 48. Oh my gosh. Here we go. 112% it's up in the
Wow.
past year. And this was a card that sold for 40K, or no, it sold for 40K just yesterday, or not yesterday. Yesterday when we were recording this. But anyways, sold for 19,000 just a year ago.
Wow. So that's one of those like rare cards you're speaking of. Like that's an actual rare card.
Exactly. This is a rare card. This is the Gold Star Rayquaza from EX Deoxys, which is often considered the rarest booster box. Like to find an EX Deoxys booster box is pretty wild. Um,
Yeah.
so but there's a pop 47.
That's low.
Pop 47 in a 10.
It's really low.
And there are other cards that are lower than that are definitely also desirable, that are just quite not quite like this, but say like I can't give away one of my friend's plans, so I don't want to say it yet because he's trying to grab a position on some of these cards and I don't want to blow it up. But there are some cards out there that,
Do your research.
yeah, exactly. Do
Do
your
your
research. There
research.
are rare
Look,
cards
you
out
can
there.
go on PSA's website and see the pop reports for each card. It's not hard. It's not something you have to not a vault that you need to get into. Just do
Exactly.
your research.
Exactly. So I think this is a good time to buy. I think it's a good time to buy singles. I think more than ever people are selling, you can find good deals on like collections, and you can, it's a good time to buy that kind of stuff and just sit on it for a while, wait till the grading companies open up again. Because that's the thing too. You don't want to pay for like a bunch of stuff to get graded right now. Probably not. It just depends. It just depends. It's such a everything just depends.
Yeah. Kind of off topic, but it has to go
Yeah.
with cards and prices. The most expensive LeBron James card just sold. Did you hear about that?
Oh gosh, how much did it go for?
Yes, it was from his rookie year. I think it was an
2.65
RP.
million.
I think it was an RPA, so like rookie patch autograph,
Okay.
and it was out of 25.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Then not out of 25.
Believe it was out of 25.
Is the population 25?
No, like so how we talked about how sports cards
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
out of certain numbers. So
Yeah,
there's only
okay.
25 that card
So
made.
who knows if there are. Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna say 700,000.
5.2 million.
No fucking way, bro.
Yep.
That's insane.
Yep.
That's insane.
$5.2 million.
Wow. That's excessive.
Insane.
I
I
don't
forget
like
what it
that.
looks like. If I find it again, I'll post it on my
Is it
story on
cool?
Instagram. Oh, it's so sweet.
All right.
It's so sweet. And I'm
Ah,
trying to find this
man.
one
Did
tweet. I
so
just
that
cleaned.
had to set some records.
Oh yeah, it was the most expensive LeBron James card ever sold.
Okay.
I just cleaned out my camera roll.
Who
Damn, I just
died?
cleaned out my camera roll. So never mind. I can't find it. But it's something like Goldine Auctions,
Yeah.
which is kind of like a heritage type deal.
Yeah.
They've done like more in sales in Q1 this year than they did all of last year.
Wow. Good for them,
Insane.
dude. Love to be an auction house auctioning off LeBron cards right now.
Insane.
Good for them.
Insane. What's next on the agenda?
All right, you wanted to bring up the things our friends had as kids, but we wanted.
And there's those things when you were a kid, you know, your friend had the one toy or your buddy had the one video game that you really wanted, and you'd ask over and over for it for Christmas or your birthday, you just never got it. Or even worse, you would like ask for it and you got like a bootleg version of it or whatever. That was always terrible. So I guess the first one that came to mind, I think I've talked about this before, is just my friend had like a PS3 and zombies. And I was obsessed with playing zombies. And my mom just like would not let me play it. She's like, this game is not for you. You shouldn't be playing it. And I would just have to like go over to his house, like calling his house phone daily, like, hey, Miss Chris, can Jacob hang out? And then like walking 2 doors down, just sitting in his basement and playing zombies with him for hours. And like his dad would come down. He's like, no, I wasn't supposed to be playing. He's like, does your mom know you're playing? And I'd be like, shh, don't tell her. It was just like one of those things where it's like, I was jealous that he was able to play it.
No, but that's like every kid though. I feel like a lot of us were like
Those kids had those cool parents where you can play the rated M games or whatever like that.
Exactly.
And that's the go-to spot because you know you can get away with it there.
Video games, bro.
Yes.
What was I jealous of? Dude, this is a perfect example, and this is something I now own. So back in the day when Game Boy Colors came out, there were all sorts of flavors, right?
Yep.
I had an Atomic Purple, which was pretty sick, not gonna lie. It was sweet, don't get me wrong, dope as fuck. But then I saw them come out with that Pokemon Yellow and Blue one, right? That yellow and blue Pokemon Game Boy, and it had the Pokemon around the screen. And my friend Jackson got that, and I was so jealous. He got that Pokemon Game Boy, and he played Pokemon Blue on that, and I thought he was so much cooler than me with purple Game Boy.
Oh man,
I was super jealous. I'll always remember that. That was one of the things that this just sticks out to me. And then my friend Mike, yeah, he had a ridiculous Pokemon collection, like just insane. And I was always super jealous. Like Dark Charizard, Legendary Collection Charizard, regular Charizard, Venus. Like,
have you texted him recently,
dude? I think he sold it a long time ago. The last time I talked to him like years and years ago.
Oh no, Mike.
Yeah. But RIP there, because his collection was bananas.
That's another one that I think off the top of my head was more of like a toy thing. Was like in like middle school, all like the fads were going around where you had like Tech Decks and Silly Strings and Bakugan, and people had like quote unquote like the rare Silly Bands or like the quote unquote like rare Tech Decks, and I was just so jealous of them. And every time I'd go to the store, they wouldn't have the ones I wanted, or like when people like wouldn't trade with me, I'd get so angry because I wanted the ones that they had, and I was just envious of them.
Salty, bro.
Did people walk around your middle school with like a whole arm of like Silly Bands?
Nah, dude, we weren't from the Midwest. Come on now.
Silly Bands. Do you know what Silly Bands are?
No. I mean, those kids were weird, yeah, but it was very rare. Very rare. Like, I definitely maybe rocked one or two. We're from Jersey, bro. It was a little bit classier. We just had like rocked your favorite ones. You didn't want to be too much. Although,
dude, Silly Bands were the shit.
I think we also like. You're a couple years.
I'm a little bit younger.
So you probably hit, like, I feel like my brother and my sister. No, probably my brother hit the Silly Bands pretty hard.
So you were probably in high school when I was in middle school. And so your high school, you're a little more mature. You're rocking the one. You're looking cool.
Exactly. I
You got
remember
the
exactly.
yes. So we're in middle school. We don't care. We got the arm full of
Exactly.
silly bands, and
That's
we're
what it
just
was.
messing
That was the
around.
difference. That was the difference. And good for you guys, man. You guys made it work for yourselves, and you're here now. So
Definitely. And another thing I'm jealous of. So like we had two neighbor kids, and they were a few years younger than me.
neighbor kids.
So I think my brother was more jealous of them. But like they always had like the newest like Pokemon cards. Like their binders were just like
Stacked.
just stacked. It's a 3-ring binder and it's overflowing with cards. And I like just they always got stuff. Like on the girl's birthday, she would obviously get presents, but also the brother would get presents. It wasn't even his birthday. Just they would
That's
both get presents on each other's
ridiculous.
like they would
That's
both
the
get
most
presents.
2021 shit I've ever heard.
Yeah, just and then like the kid had like every single like NFL jersey you could
Oh
imagine.
my
And like you would ask him like what player he's wearing and he wouldn't even know. And I just like I was just like jealous. I was like just envious
That's
of
like
it.
proper jealousy though, because that kid didn't. Sounds like he didn't.
No. But I know I had these just like hand-me-down Pokemon cards to my cousins. They're like beat up in a shoebox, and this kid's got his binder just stacked and sorted.
Oh my goodness.
And I remember sitting on like his back patio.
That was probably Brent, dude. I think that was Brentstagram. I think you met Brentstagram back in the day. Shout out Brentstagram.
Yeah.
Brentstagram's gonna laugh so hard when he hears that.
I know he
listens.
He's the spoiled kid with the stacked Pokemon card collection. Brent, I want to talk to your mom. I need to be adopted.
I need to be adopted, straight up. Anyways, what do you think about the PS5?
Dude, so when you brought this up to me
out the water.
When you brought this up to me in our pre-podcast meeting, I was just kind of like,
that is what we have, isn't it? We have a little
like, yeah. But I was like,
those which will be released.
How? Like, it's not even readily available in stores. Imagine how many they would have sold if it was readily available in stores. Insane.
I don't know, dude, because
there's you brought up kind of eBay, and you're like, oh, the majority of them are ending up on eBay.
Well, that's what I was
did a quick eBay search.
Yeah.
In the last 90 days, guess how many have sold on eBay?
Oh my gosh. 25,000.
39,088.
Oh my goodness.
And I just looked up PS5 system and hit sold listings.
Wow.
And in the last 90 days, 39,000 have sold on eBay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. And my follow-up question for that was like, does it matter? Is this a problem that like I think it's a problem. I don't think bots should be able to get this shit. But do you think should those numbers be legit? Like there's 7.8 million units. Are those real sales, even if they're just bought and sold on eBay? I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's a real sale. My biggest thing is though, what would have happened if they're readily available in stores? I think this comes down to Sony. I know we've talked about it before on the podcast. Why aren't they available in stores still? Why can't I go into Walmart and buy a PS5?
Yeah, it's bizarre. It is really weird. Well,
like they're not even shipping to stores.
Yeah,
it's not like they're shipping to stores and they're getting 5 and people are lined up like sports cards. They're literally not even shipping to stores.
Yeah. It's
crazy. I want to know why. And I don't give me the bullshit excuse of, oh, we want to protect our customers.
Well, I think it's still due to the pandy and all the chip shortages and stuff.
You think so?
I think so. I could be wrong. I could be an idiot.
I know, like, I thought it was more of a, we don't want people crowding in our stores to buy a PS5. So I'm like, you go to the grocery store every day anyways.
No way. Because they'd release them online, no?
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I'm really curious to see what the number would have been if they were available in stores.
Yeah. No.
Do you know how many the Xbox has sold?
Like the new Xbox?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I wonder what the Xbox would be compared to. I'd be interested to hear what the Xbox compared to the PS5 is, and also PS5 or Xbox compared to the Switch's first like life cycle?
So I'm confused here.
It's always hard to look up data on the fly while we're recording this, but I don't
Very
know.
good.
Let us know what you guys think about that.
Okay,
I
so the
mean,
gap right now. Oh no, that was in February. But it seemed the Xbox is trailing just by a little bit, apparently.
okay.
So there's not that big of a gap.
Do you know? I don't even know. Like, just like my everyday buddies aren't even like trying to get the PS5 just because they know it's so impossible to get. They don't want to spend their time refreshing GameStop's website. So I don't know a lot of the general public that's just going out and buying PS5s.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think I know anybody with a PS5.
No, and the
Like maybe
PS4s are
on
still
Instagram
selling.
I do, obviously, but like
Yeah, but you don't have any just buddies or your cousin doesn't have one or something like that.
no. Yeah, it's
And it's
weird,
like
dude.
I would wonder like the PS4s are still selling like crazy. So I think that's another thing. And the PS4 is still selling like crazy because of this. And then I wonder another number that's impossible to know, but I wonder out of those 7.8 million that were bought, how many were resold?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I bet it's
I mean, 40,000 on eBay in the last 90 days. And
and
you take into all other platforms and you
that
take in
numbers dropped a lot.
100% the numbers dropped. You got to take in a bunch of these people are selling them on Facebook Marketplace. My Facebook Marketplace is flooded with
Bro,
people
I
selling
bet it's
PS5s.
over 3 million.
I would have to agree with you there, I think.
I bet it's over. I bet it could be close to half.
Because this released before Christmas too, didn't it?
Yeah,
So I mean, the reselling thing was probably insane at
I
Christmas
believe it.
time.
Yeah.
And like I said, the biggest thing was I don't know anybody with a PS5. None of my buddies have PS5s, and
Yeah.
nobody's just like, "Hey, you want to hop on PS5?"
Yeah. Well, so I got my brother a Series S, but that was a little bit easier to get, I think.
Yeah, and I know
That was like the easiest one of them all to grab.
a lot of these websites are doing restocks and often restocks, but it's just like any other drop. It's just like clothing drops or shoe drops. The resellers are there to buy the stuff.
Exactly, dude.
Why haven't you put in the time yet to buy and flip a PS5? Have you thought about it?
Because I'm not a scumbag, bro. I don't want to flip a system. It's just
No,
not my I don't know. I think like that is like I
there's a
don't really,
line you draw and that's over the line.
yeah, there's a line and it's a squiggly one and that somehow ends
Dude, if I pulled up with a PS5 to the claim sale for 800, I would get backlash.
oh my god, people would be real pissed.
People would burn our claim sale to the ground.
And that's why you're on a tight rope, Chris. You're on a tight rope here. But
I haven't even
no,
put in the effort to try to get one.
I don't think, dude, because it's just those things should just be reserved for people that whether it's a kid or an adult. I don't think someone that like it's a fucking game console. And I guess you could just say it's fucking Pokemon cards too.
You can say it about
You
anything.
can literally say it about anything. So that argument doesn't work. It's just like a personal opinion.
Yeah, that's over your personal line.
It's over my personal line. And again, I don't really hold it against anyone that does it because whatever. But
Make your money.
yeah, I don't hold it against anyone. But I just don't have enough time to hate about that.
Exactly. That number was crazy because like I just looked up that eBay stat was insane to me.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's crazy, dude. But talking about PS5, if you can get a PS5, you get a modern console. What games do you think we need to see remakes for on these modern consoles?
Yes. Dude, the one I want to see and that came off the top of my head was I want to don't kill me because I don't own the Switch or the game, but my buddy does and I played it.
Okay.
I want to see a DLC come out for like the new Mario Party on Switch where you can play like the maps from like Mario Party 4, 5, 6, and 7 or something like that.
That's a rad suggestion. And suggestion. Nintendo should listen to you. People hate that game. I'm
Mario
pretty sure
Party?
on the Switch, yeah, because they
Yeah, so
have because they haven't updated and shit.
come out with a classic like DLC mode. They can charge for the DLC mode. Nintendo gets their money and the people love it.
Yeah, they should just add the old games into that game.
Yeah. Dude, they need a new Mario Kart too. I think Mario Kart, they
Mario
came out
Kart.
Mario Kart 8 was the best selling Mario Kart game of all time just because we've had a new one
But
in
that
so
was
long. It was just
kind
a
of a
port from
remake.
this. But wasn't it from the Wii U?
Yes. But
I guess it's not really a remake, so I don't know where I was.
yeah, it's
I guess
not kind of no, it was a
that's
completely
me
new game.
just
It just
saying,
had all the maps
yeah,
from
that's
the
just
old
me
game.
saying we need a new Mario Kart game to come out.
Dude, we should get a Double Dash remake would actually
That would
be
be
sick
sweet.
because the what's it called? Double Dash remake would be actually sweet because it was only that was like the only missing element from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Yes.
But I feel like we'll probably see a Mario Kart 9 before we see a Double Dash remake. I don't know.
Even looking at some of the stuff, like I know a lot of people really like the Champions games on PS2, so like Champions of Norath or Champions Return to Arms. Kind of like a classic PS2 RPG remake would be something cool.
I would love to see God of War 2 remake. Like well, I guess they did. They did do HD versions, I think. But there are probably some PS2 games that could be remade. I don't know.
I think you've said it before on the podcast.
Kazooie, maybe. I mean, that's a 64 game. Yeah.
But still, I mean, where's that franchise been since the
Yeah.
64?
Exactly.
But I think you might have said on the podcast before. Somebody I was talking to on Instagram said it. Why isn't the Switch like take like use and like so I know they have like some of their like retro games in like the online store, but why don't they put like more out for it? Why don't they really utilize the emulators or whatever and just release a bunch of retro games on their online store?
It would be so sick if we had access to like GameCube games and, you know, Wii games on the Switch, just in a like digital library that's, just about like a Netflix almost situation.
Yeah,
It'd be so sick.
I'm trying to think of other things too. Just looking around my room on my shelves. Even if you did like a popular RPG on like the Super Nintendo, if you brought back like because I know they had like a Chrono Trigger on the DS, but like bring back a Chrono Trigger on the Switch.
That would sell so well.
So well. I'm trying to. We need a new Simpsons game, a new like Simpsons hit and run. That would be sweet.
Simpsons Hit and Run remake would be really dope.
That would be so badass.
Pokemon Pinball remake.
Yes.
That would
the
be
remake
sick.
it Snap.
Yeah.
I love Pokemon Pinball.
Why not Pokemon Pinball remake?
They could even do something huge where it's more like an open world type deal, and maybe you go around and like compete in like pinball tournaments or something like that.
Pinball Wizard, baby.
The Who.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Do you know that song?
Yeah, that's why I said.
Dude, that's my
Wizard.
favorite song ever.
Ever?
It's up there, like
That's
top
cool.
3.
That's
I saw
cool.
The Who. The Who was my first concert I ever saw in 2008.
Wow, you're a cultured man, Koozie.
Palace of Auburn Hills and Pinball Wizard was my favorite song by them.
Such an old soul. Wow, that's pretty cool, dude.
Probably didn't expect that. You probably didn't expect Koozie to know that.
I didn't, dude. I honestly didn't. But that is like such a millennial thing. Or you're a Gen Z, or you're a Zoomer, dude.
Yeah,
You're a Zoomer. That's such a Zoomer thing to do, to be into old school music.
definitely. Have they came out with a new Kirby game on the Switch yet?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe even 2.
Dude, Diddy Kong Racing.
That'd be sick. People have been saying that. Would love that to be remade.
I love Diddy Kong Racing. We
Kirby
need
Air Ride. Kirby Air
Yes.
Ride remake. You never played that great game, The Cube.
Yes. There's so many classic games.
Drop your favorite in the comments. Let us know.
Just hitting that nostalgia, just bone in your body is gonna do so well for sales. And it's like if people don't even own a Switch system, but they may see like a classic remake of Chrono Trigger come out or a classic like Diddy Kong Racing, and they might buy the Switch just to play that game.
I agree. It could those type of things could sell systems.
Why don't we work for Nintendo?
It's true. They should pay us. What's the viewer?
Nintendo, come sponsor us. Oh, I missed it.
What do we got?
So the viewer question this week, if you guys don't know, every Wednesday on our Instagram at Cards and Cartridges Podcast, we ask for a viewer question of the week. Feel free to ask us anything about cards or cartridges for a chance to be featured on the episode. This week's question comes from Retro Rewired, and he says, "Do you think the DS system and/or games will start to jump in price now that the 3DS is dead?"
Oh, well, Retro Rewired, thanks for the question. And yes, dude, absolutely. It's pretty clear that when any system or anything like that in terms of collectibles gets discontinued, we've been seeing, jumps in prices, but especially with such a collectible system, such as the 3DS, I think we're going to see some crazy stuff. We already have, in fact. Some of the limited edition systems are wild right now.
Dude, and the biggest thing is I remember like walking through Walmart or like Meijer and just seeing those on the shelf sealed, and I just don't know why I didn't buy them.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I didn't even really see it coming this quickly. I saw
No,
it
I did
coming
not see it
long
coming this
term.
quickly either.
But like for instance, I was selling the Pokemon 20th anniversary last year for maybe like 250 CIB, and I thought that was pretty 300 CIB or 350 maybe. Now they're like $750 or something.
Insane.
And like that Zelda that I just picked up today, that or today when we're recording this, I got it's probably already sold by now, but got an awesome 3DS slot that included one of the 25th anniversary Zelda consoles, complete in box, super clean, sealed, Ocarina of Time first print. Like
You can see here on video, and I'll explain it for the camera. But like my favorite
it's
3DS
worth
system I have is
$800.
this one. It's
Beautiful
like the
console.
Pikachu 3DS XL, where he's like got his arms out and it looks like he has nipples with the camera.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the nipple Pikachu. That's
So
funny.
that's awesome. That thing
Is that
is
CI?
minty.
Yeah,
Minty CIB baggies, inserts, everything.
there you go. And yeah, that's I think like a $400 or $500 system right now. So yeah, and just the sealed games for 3DS are already going crazy. People know they're gonna that well is going to dry up. It's
So
just
he was
interesting.
talking more like DS though, I think. So how do you think the DS market is gonna react to the 3DS market going crazy?
Oh, well, I just answered your question completely wrong then. So
I think the DS market's going to go up. I don't know why the DS kind of hasn't taken off as much as 3DS, and the DS
I
has been
kind of
out for
don't
longer.
be okay. I think there's a couple easy answers to that. Number one, the amount of limited edition systems that the DS has is basically non-existent compared to its older brother. It has a
Yes.
lot of variants, but not many limited edition consoles. Like there's just not much there.
No,
And
yeah, I agree.
and then I think there's a lot of shovelware for DS. I think there's a lot of shitty games for DS. There's a
So
lot of
many.
good games for DS. And I think those ones are pricey. Like Castlevanias are pricey. Pokemon's are pricey.
Even you look at like your random RPGs, like I'm staring at one
Exactly.
right now. I have like Azuna Legend of the Unemployed Ninja, and
Yeah.
it's like a $110 game.
Yeah. No. So there's some pricey stuff on DS. I think we'll continue to see that stuff go up. Um, but remember, at any time, markets can change. Big caches of sealed games could be found. Collectors could dump their positions on their collection, dump all their collections, whatever, who knows. So markets can shift pretty fast when dealing with
And
some
that's
of
why it's like
that
don't
stuff.
chase the money. Collect what you like.
Yeah, collect what you
Collect what
like.
you like, and you're gonna be happy in the end. I can promise you that.
100%. That's words to live by and a good place to end this episode. Guys, thank you for listening. Chris, you have anything to say?
No, thank you guys for listening. Thank you for the support. Oh, we may miss next week.
Right, we
So
might
I'm
be taking a
coming
week
back
off.
home May 15th or 16th, and we usually record on a Thursday and release on Monday. So if I get home and I have energy, we'll record one for next Monday, but we may miss next Monday, just a heads up.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, guys, for listening. We appreciate everyone. Thank you for your comments, your follows, the subscribes on the YouTubes, the
Yes.
follows on Spotify's, the
Keep an
share.
eye out for the giveaway coming.
Yes, there's a giveaway coming. We're gonna have an awesome giveaway for the pod here. But guys, thank you again. We appreciate y'all. Peace.
See ya.